al. 97 found that substituting a fish meal with a soybean meal at different levels would not affect dressing percentage significantly. The control treatment was the highest cost, while treatment 3.2% methionine had the lowest and best economic efficiency. جداول والنتائج واضحة دكتورة؟
نعم بس بالعرض ما طلع، بس احنا على صوتك يعني فاهمين.
هسه الجداول مال النتائج
ما معروضة.
ما معروضة؟
لا ما طلع.
والله ما ادري ايش السبب، بس يعني عمل شير مرتلخ؟
لا دكتور المفهومة، شكرا جزيلا.
conclusion يعني الخلاصة تعتبر أن التجربة we found that substituted protein concentrate with soybean supplemented with 0.1 and 0.2 synthetic methionine did not affect significantly all the studied traits while improving economic efficiency by 1.62, 15.5%. The references and thank you. شكرا دكتور.
شكرا جزيلا دكتور.
شكرا بارك الله فيك.
افتح باب المناقشة إذا أحد من الباحثين عنده سؤال للدكتور. بارك الله دكتور بجهودك ووفقكم الله، وإن شاء الله نلتقيكم في السنة القادمة حضوريا دكتور.
إن شاء الله. شكرا دكتور.
العفو دكتور. الآن الدكتور محمد موجود. محمد
نعم دكتور. نعم صباح الخير.
نعم صباح النور. أهلا وسهلا دكتور.
أهلا وسهلا، مرحبا بك دكتور.
أهلا بك. تفضل على بركة الله في إلقاء محاضرة الدكتور، وعرفنا بنفسك.
شكرا جزيلا. Good morning. Good morning.
فتحت هذا باب هذا والله ولا ما بدي بدها تنطر تقيل. الحمد لله خسلت عرق الأشجار.
ممكن الصوت.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Mohammed Al Hamadani, PhD in plasma physics since 2014 from the University of Baghdad College of Science, Department of Physics. And I teach in the department with the rank of assistant professor. Today, I am honored and pleased to present a research paper in your esteemed Congress, Meinar Congress, the 5th International Scientific Congress of Pure Applied and Technological Sciences, in the hope that be of scientific interest and exchange of experiences. My paper title is The Effect of Background Vacuum Pressure on the Length of Gas Discharge Plasma by using aluminum electrodes. Length of plasma generated by DC gas discharge with aluminum electrodes with 70 centimeters apart under different vacuum pressure was studied experimentally. The cylindrical discharge tube of length 2 meters was evacuated under vacuum pressure range of 0.1 to 0.5 millibar at constant external work DC voltage 1500 volts. It was found that the plasma length L depends exponentially with the background vacuum air pressure P. Empirical equation has been obtained between L and P by using logistic model of curve fitting. As vacuum pressure increases, the plasma length increases due to collisions, ionizations and diffusions of electrons and ions. Introduction. The passage of an electric current through a gas as a result of an external electric field is called a gas discharge. The most common types of gas discharge are glow and arc discharge that happen in cylindrical tube subjected to a fixed electric field. In last year's atmospheric pressure glow discharge, abbreviated for APGD, has been progressing to conquer the difficulties by low pressure glow discharge, which call for expensive and sophisticated vacuum system. Atmospheric pressure plasma has become a field of important interest for a broad domain of application in various types of industry, electrical tools and textile material. The background voltage, which converts the gas from being insulator to conductor, obeys Paschen's law as follows: V sub B equal to BPD over ln APD minus ln 1 minus inverse gamma. Where V sub B breakdown voltage, P background gas pressure, D in distance between the two electrodes, gamma the rate of secondary electron emission from the negative electrode. A and B are constants related to the gas used in the discharge. The schematic structure of DC discharge is shown in figure 1 as follows. In this work, atmospheric gas discharge under vacuum has been generated, and the length of plasma positive column have been measured, and the study the effect of background gas pressure on the length of a plasma. Experimental setup. Figure 2 shows the experimental setup of gas discharge plasma system. The material of the two electrodes is aluminum elements with radius 3 centimeter and thickness 5 millimeter. The two electrodes, cathode and anode, are connected to external high voltage power supply, DC voltage maximum 5 kV. The cylindrical tube was evacuated to different vacuum pressure, 0.1 to 0.5 millibar, by using rotary vane vacuum pump, variant DS602. The control of the pressure was done by using needle valve connected to the tube. The body of the cylinder tube was grounded to ensure leakage of additional charges from the system to the ground. The background gas pressure was measured by reading the Pirani gauge scale data. Tire count. Thermal resistance was put between the DC power supply and the cathode electrode to reduce the current output from the power supply. The applied voltage from the power supply was fixed to 1,500 volt in order to study the effect of changing background vacuum pressure from 0.1 to from 0.5 to 0.1 millibar on the length of the plasma results from the gas discharge phenomenon. The distance between the aluminum cathode and anode is kept constant 70 centimeter apart. Results and discussion. Figure 3 represents the plasma length L in centimeter units as a unit of vacuum pressure P millibar units. As you see, there is an exponential increasing of the plasma length versus pressure. As P increases, the plasma length L increases exponentially from 13 centimeter to 0.1 millibar to 47 centimeter at 0.5 millibar. Figure 4 shows the image of the overall system of gas discharge and positive column region. Curve fitting has been done and shown in figure 5 of the data between P and L to simulate the relationship. This is a curve fitting. It's of kind logistic fit of the relation between L and P with the information inside the figure. The curve fitting logistic relation, which governs the relationship between P and L, is found to be L equal to A2 plus A1 minus A2 over 1 plus P over P naught to the exponent B. Question number 2, L plasma length, P vacuum pressure, A1, A2, B, and P0 and D are fitting constants parameter 7.12 centimeter, 53.17 centimeter, 2.37 and 0.224 millibar respectively. The exponents relation between L and P is due to increasing of ionization of atoms and molecules of air components N2, O2, argon, because of increasing vacuum pressure, which leads to more collisions between the species of air in cylindrical discharge tube. This collision will transfer additional energy to electrons to escape from the outmost orbit of the molecules. So the free electrons and ions will have more and more energy to move away freely and randomly, so the diffusion of these charged particles will increase in both vertical and horizontal range. As vacuum pressure increases, the temperature increases too, according to the kinetic theory of gases, P equal to N, KT, equation 3, where P pressure, T temperature, N number of molecules, K Boltzmann constant. So the electron temperature will increase as a result of that, and the ionization will become more. Finally, the diffusion of these free electrons will increase due to the famous equation of diffusion, D equal to root of T over N sigma over M, sigma root of M, where T temperature of species, N number density of species in sample, sigma typical cross section of the elastic collisions, and mass of the species. From equation 4, electrons require more energy and temperature due to increasing the vacuum pressure. This will lead to increased diffusion coefficient. Electron diffuses more than ions because of its lighter mass compared to the ion. As a result of this diffusion, the electrons and ion diffuse in the vertical and horizontal axial directions, and this leads to an increase in the length of a plasma produced from the gas discharge, with an increase in the vacuum pressure, with observed in the figure 5. And final conclusions. In this work, the relation between plasma length L in gas discharge plasma and vacuum pressure P has been studied experimentally. The gas discharge experiment was done under vacuum for different values of vacuum pressure and fixed value of applied external voltage. It has been concluded that as vacuum pressure increases at constant applied voltage, the plasma length increases with exponents from due to ionization of atoms and molecules and diffusion of ions and electrons in all directions because of the additional temperature and energy they acquire from the increasing vacuum pressure. And these are the references of my paper. And thank you, and final thank you for your listening, and I'm ready to reply on any question. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. محمد. الآن نفتح باب النقاش. لا أحد من الباحثين يحب يسأل الدكتور؟ أوكي. شكرا جزيلا دكتور، وفقكم الله. وإن شاء الله بالمؤتمر السادس نلقاكم حضوريا هنا في أكاديمية ريمار.
إن شاء الله دكتور.
أهلا وسهلا دكتور.
شكرا دكتور.
الآن تفضل الدكتورة أرجوان، موجودة؟ الدكتورة أرجوان. هل موجودة الدكتورة؟ إذا ننتقل إلى الدكتور علي. دكتور علي موجود؟ الدكتور علي. الدكتور فاضل. هل يوجد أحد في هذه الجلسة؟ دكتورة أرجوان؟ دكتور علي؟ دكتور فاضل؟ إذا ننهي الجلسة الأولى من اليوم الثاني للمؤتمر الخامس للعلوم الصرفة والتطبيق التكنولوجية. وبارك الله بجهود جميع الباحثين، وإن شاء الله نلتقي بكم في المؤتمر السادس هنا في أكاديمية ريمار. وفقكم الله وبارك الله بجهود جميع الباحثين. شكرا جزيلا.